Let me ask you something, and I need you to be brutally honest with yourself. When your alarm clock goes off on a Monday morning, what is the first emotion you feel? Is it excitement? Is it purpose? Or is it that heavy sinking dread that settles in your stomach like a stone? You roll over, you check your phone, and you realize you have to do it all over again. You have to put on the uniform. You have to commute through the same traffic. You have to sit in the same cubicle, answer to the same boss, and pretend to care about the same pointless meetings. And for what? For a paycheck that arrives every 2 weeks, just in time to pay the bills that keep you chained to this very system. You are living what they call the golden handcuffs, except they are not golden, they are rusted iron, and they are squeezing the life out of your soul. You are trading the most precious, non-renewable resource you have, your time, for a currency that vanishes as quickly as it appears. You are selling your life, hour by hour, minute by minute, and you have convinced yourself that this is just what it means to be an adult. But let me tell you the truth that they do not want you to hear. This is not living, this is surviving. And surviving is not the same as thriving. The 9-to-5 grind was never designed to make you wealthy. It was designed to make you compliant. It was designed to keep you tired, distracted, and too exhausted to build anything for yourself. You have heard the phrase financial freedom thrown around on social media, on podcasts, and on YouTube. It has over 265 million views on TikTok alone. But why does it resonate so deeply? It resonates because there is a part of you that knows you are capable of more. There is a part of you that looks at your boss, who is also trapped, and you think, I do not want to be that person at 65, waiting for a gold watch and a pension that might not even exist. Financial freedom is not just a hashtag. It is the deep, primal hunger to wake up when your body is ready, to spend your energy on things that actually matter, and to know that your financial survival does not depend on a company that could replace you in a week. But here is the hard pill you must swallow. That freedom will never be given to you. You cannot negotiate your way out of the rat race by asking for a 5% raise. You cannot save your way out of the rat race by clipping coupons. You cannot hope your way out of the rat race by waiting for a promotion. The only way out is to build a parallel system of income that does not rely on the hours you sell to someone else. And that takes a completely different kind of mindset than the one you use to clock in and clock out. Let us talk about the psychology of the trap. When you are in a 9-to-5 job, your brain enters a state of learned helplessness. You are conditioned to follow instructions, to wait for permission, and to avoid risks. Your creativity is stifled because you are punished for deviating from the script. Over time, you become a passenger in your own life. You stop thinking about what you want and start thinking about what you are supposed to do. This is the most dangerous part of the corporate world. It does not just take your time, it takes your initiative. It makes you afraid of the unknown. You start justifying your misery with phrases like, I need the benefits, or I have a family to support, or it is too risky to leave. These are not facts. They are fear-based projections. They are the walls of your prison, and you are the one who built them. The wealthy person looks at a 9-to-5 job as a temporary springboard, not a permanent identity. The poor person looks at a 9-to-5 job as a life sentence. Which one are you? Now, let us destroy the biggest lie you have been told. The lie is that you need $1 million to escape the 9-to-5. You do not. You need enough passive income to cover your basic living expenses. This is the concept of the FU money, or the financial independence number. For a single person living modestly in America, that number might be $2,000 or $3,000 a month. That is not an impossible mountain to climb. That is a reachable summit. The goal is not to become a billionaire. The goal is to become unconquerable. The goal is to get to a point where you can walk into your boss's office and resign simply because you do not feel like being there anymore. That power is intoxicating, and that power is built through a combination of aggressive saving, strategic investing, and the creation of external income streams. You have to stop thinking about this as a distant fantasy and start thinking about it as a mathematical equation. If you spend $40,000 a year, you need assets that generate $40,000 a year. It is that simple. It is not easy, but it is simple. So where do you start? You start by cutting the cord on your consumerism. The 9-to-5 trap is fueled by lifestyle creep. You get a raise and you buy a nicer car. You get a bonus and you upgrade your apartment. Your expenses rise to meet your income, and you are right back where you started, just with a shinier cage. To escape, you must live like a monk while you earn like a surgeon. This is the secret of the financially free. They do not look rich while they are getting rich. They look average. They drive old cars. They live in modest neighborhoods. They cook at home. They let their friends make fun of them for being cheap. But while their friends are financing their lives with debt, the financially free are buying assets. Every dollar you save is a soldier you can send into the battlefield of the stock market, real estate, or your own business. That soldier will fight for you while you sleep. That soldier will bring back prisoners of war in the form of dividends and capital gains. You must stop seeing a saved dollar as a sacrifice and start seeing it as a down payment on your freedom. Let us talk about the roadmap. The roadmap has 3 distinct phases. Phase 1 is the survival phase. This is where you are right now. You are working your 9-to-5, but you are aggressively reducing your overhead. You get rid of subscriptions you do not use. You refinance your debt. You create a budget that is so tight you could bounce a quarter off it. You are building an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. This is not exciting, but it is foundational. Phase 2 is the accumulation phase. You are taking that surplus money and you are investing it into assets that cash flow. You are buying dividend-paying stocks. You are looking at rental properties. You are starting a side hustle that can be automated. You are using your evenings and weekends, not for Netflix, but for building your escape vehicle. This phase is the grind. It is the time when you feel like you are doing 2 full-time jobs. It is the time when you are exhausted, irritable, and you want to give up. This is the crucible that separates the dreamers from the doers. Phase 3 is the transition phase. Your passive income starts matching a significant portion of your salary. You drop to part-time. You start your own consulting firm. Or you simply quit. You walk out the door and you never look back. You have escaped. But let me stop right here. I know what is running through your mind. You are thinking, but I don't have the talent. I don't have the capital. I don't have the business idea. These are not obstacles. These are excuses dressed up as logic. Talent is built through repetition. Capital is built through discipline. And ideas are generated when you start solving a specific problem for a specific group of people. Look at your own life. What do you hate about your job? What do you wish was easier? What are your co-workers constantly complaining about? Those complaints are your business ideas. The world's biggest companies were built on the back of someone solving a mundane, painful problem. You do not need to invent the next iPhone. You just need to solve one problem for 100 people and charge them $100. That is $10,000. Do that for a few different products or services, and you have replaced your income. The beauty of the modern era is that you can start a business for less than $100. You do not need a warehouse. You do not need a storefront. You just need a laptop, an internet connection, and a relentless work ethic. Consider the math of the escape. Let us say you invest $500 a month into the S&P 500, which historically returns about 10%. After 10 years, you would have roughly $100,000. After 20 years, you would have nearly $400,000. After 30 years, you would have over $1 million. That is just the stock market. Now imagine you combine that with real estate. You buy a duplex, live in one side, and rent out the other. Your tenant pays your mortgage. You live for free. You take the money you would have spent on housing and you invest that too. The speed of your escape accelerates exponentially. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a get-rich-determined scheme. The math does not lie. The question is whether you have the patience to wait for the math to work. We live in a society addicted to instant gratification. We want the money now. We want the freedom now. But compound interest does not care about your feelings. It cares about time. The earlier you start, the easier it is. If you are 30 years old, you have 40 years of compounding ahead of you. If you are 40, you have 30. If you are 50, you have 20. Stop mourning the time you wasted and start leveraging the time you have left. Now, let us address the emotional wall you are going to hit. It is going to happen about 3 months into this journey. You are going to be working your day job, coming home exhausted, and then trying to build your side empire. Your friends are going to be going out, having fun, and they are going to call you a bore. You are going to be tired. You are going to want to sleep in. You are going to feel lonely. And this is the moment when the escape is won or lost. Because wealth is not built in the moments of motivation. Wealth is built in the moments of discipline. It is built on the Tuesday nights when no one is watching. It is built on the Sunday afternoons when you sacrifice football to finish your business plan. You must fall in love with the process. You must become obsessed with the journey. The person who escapes the 9 to 5 is not necessarily the smartest person. They are simply the person who could endure the pain of discipline longer than they could endure the pain of regret. Regret is a heavy burden. Regret is the weight you carry when you are 60, realizing you had the potential, but you lacked the courage. Do not let that be your story. You have to realize that your job is a transaction. It is not your family. It is not your identity. It is a transactional exchange of your time for their money. The moment you stop trying to find meaning in your corporate job and start viewing it as a funding mechanism for your freedom, the game changes. You stop caring about office politics. You stop caring about the boss's opinion. You stop stressing about performance reviews. You do your work. You do it well. You get your paycheck and you invest it. You detach your emotional state from your employment. This is the poker face of the financially free. You play the game, but you are not consumed by it. You are secretly building your lifeboat while everyone else is rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. When the ship eventually sinks, and corporate ships always sink or restructure. You will be safely on your own island, sipping a drink, while everyone else is scrambling for the life rafts. What about the fear of healthcare? That is the number one reason Americans stay in their jobs. They are terrified of losing their health insurance. And that is a valid fear. The American healthcare system is broken, but it is not an insurmountable barrier. The Affordable Care Act allows you to purchase health insurance on the marketplace. Health insurance costs are tax deductible if you are self-employed. And if you are building real wealth, you will eventually be able to self-insure for many things. Do not let the fear of a medical bill keep you in a prison of misery. There are solutions. There are ways to protect yourself. But you have to prioritize your mental health and your freedom over the false safety net of a corporate job that could fire you tomorrow without a second thought. They do not care about you. They care about the bottom line. Why should you be more loyal to them than they are to you? Let me tell you a secret about wealthy people that you will not hear in the mainstream media. Wealthy people do not diversify early on. They focus. They put all their energy into one side hustle. They put all their savings into one or two investments. They double down. They concentrate their risk. They understand that to get a massive return, you cannot be afraid of massive concentration. Later, when they have made it, they diversify to protect their wealth. But in the beginning, they are laser focused. You cannot start 5 businesses at once. You cannot invest in 20 different stocks at once. Pick one, master it, crush it. Become the best in the world at that one thing. Then move to the next. The 9-to-5 escape is a battle of focus. The world is constantly screaming at you to do everything. The escape plan requires you to do one thing relentlessly until it works. Think about the view from the top. Think about the morning you wake up and you do not have to check your email. Think about the vacation you take that does not have a countdown clock attached to it. Think about the ability to visit your parents, your kids, without having to ask for permission. That is what you are fighting for. That is the prize. It is not a car. It is not a house. It is the autonomy of your own life. It is the right to decide what you do with your 80 years on this planet. Do you really want to look back and realize you spent 40,000 hours of your life staring at a computer screen in a building you hated for a person you did not respect? Does that make you angry? Good. It should. Use that anger. Let it fuel you. Let it push you past the exhaustion. Let it push you to send that email, to sign up for that course, to make that investment, to start that side hustle. You have a choice to make. You can continue to be a spectator in your own life. You can continue to be a consumer of other people's dreams. Or you can step into the arena. You can get your hands dirty. You can build something that is yours. It will be hard. It will be messy. It will be lonely. It will test every ounce of your willpower. But I promise you this, the pain of discipline is 1,000 times less than the pain of regret. The pain of building your business on the weekends is nothing compared to the pain of realizing you sold your time for pennies on the dollar. The pain of eating beans and rice so you can invest is nothing compared to the pain of being broke in retirement. You are stronger than you think. You are more capable than you know. You just have to start. You just have to take the first step, and then the next, and then the next. Do not wait for the perfect moment. It does not exist. Do not wait until you have enough money. You will never feel like you have enough. Do not wait until you have the perfect idea. The idea comes from the action, not the other way around. So here is your assignment. Tonight, when you get home from your 9 to 5, do not turn on the television. Do not scroll through social media. Sit down with a pen and paper. Write down your total monthly expenses. Then, write down your total monthly income. Subtract the two. That is your starting capital. Now, write down 3 skills you have that you can monetize. Writing, speaking, coding, sales, cooking, organizing, teaching, whatever. Pick one. Research how you can start selling that skill tonight. Fiverr, Upwork, or even your local community. Just start. This is the roadmap. It is not a secret formula. It is a series of small, boring, consistent actions. And if you follow this roadmap, day in and day out, for the next 5 to 10 years, you will escape. You will break your chains. You will walk out of that office for the very last time. And you will never, ever look back. That is your destiny. That is your escape plan. Now go and execute. Go and take back your life. The door is open. The only thing stopping you from walking through it is you.